Hello friends, welcome to this EFT tapping session focused on clearing the path to joy. So this session is designed to help you find everything on the inside that's getting in the way of you experiencing joy. So you can find a quiet space where you can relax and focus on your inner self. Turn off your ringer, your notifications, and remember to breathe deeply and slowly. We'll be gently tapping on different acupressure points on the body to release emotional blockages, and you can follow along with me the whole time. Please don't be driving. That's the least ideal situation because you need your hands to tap and you need your hands to drive. You may want to have something with you that helps you create a sense of calm, like some lavender oil or something that reminds you to have more compassion for yourself. Maybe soothing music, maybe a pillow to hug and co-regulate with, or really anything that sparks joy for you that you want to have with you along this journey. So let's begin. So first, let's get a baseline. When you think about experiencing joy or allowing yourself to feel joy, how much inner resistance do you feel? 0 is nothing, and we wouldn't be tapping on it. 10 is you're completely consumed with resistance to joy. So just pick the number that comes to mind first. Good. Now let's find the sore spots in the upper chest, kind of near the shoulder here. And just gently rub. We'll take 3 deep, slow breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and make your exhale longer than the inhale. Good. 2 more. Deep breath in. Last one. Side out. Good. You may already have a sense of where the blocks to joy kind of hang out in your body. You can tune into that now, and you might notice you've got some tightness in your throat or heaviness in your chest, or maybe butterflies in the stomach, or maybe you feel completely numb right now, and that's valuable to take note of as well. And so we'll take a moment to lean in and accept the support of the chair, the bed, the couch, whatever is your furniture you're sitting on, laying on. The floor beneath you, feel the floor beneath your feet. Just know that you are supported in so many layers in the physical realm, in the spiritual realm as well. You can imagine all of your ancestors and spirit guides behind you, lending their support. You don't have to be alone right now. Okay. So let's gently tap on what's called the karate chop area of the hand. And we're using the pads of the fingers. And you will tap along the same points and repeat after me, call and response style. And you can absolutely change any words or phrases that aren't quite on the mark for you. You can make it more correct for you. I won't know the difference. So let's begin with our setup statements. So even though I don't feel worthy of joy, your turn. I take a deep breath, and I allow myself to relax as I think about the possibility of experiencing joy in my life. Okay. You can change sides at any time if you like. Even though the idea of experiencing joy makes me feel anxious, I'm choosing to lovingly explore this for myself right now. Maybe even with curiosity too. So last one, even though I just can't access joy, and maybe I know and maybe I don't know why, I choose to love and accept myself in this current situation. Okay? All right, so when you think about, actually let's say this, I want you to say out loud or in your mind, I'm allowed to feel joy. And just notice, what are the negative thoughts that come up? Like the inner naysayer that's like, yeah, but, or no, you can't because, or that won't work, or you're not allowed, blah, blah, blah. Just notice what comes up. Does it make you feel unsafe to feel joy? Does it make you feel terrified? The idea of feeling joy. Does it make you feel anxious? Just notice what's coming up for you. And we're going to go to the eyebrow point. This is the beginning of the eyebrows. You can use one or both sides. And breathing deep breaths, continually breathing those deep breaths throughout our tapping journey. And just start naming any of those negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative sensations. Let's actually stick with negative feelings and sensations first. We'll come to the negative thoughts in a moment. So, side of the eye, we're just tapping on the temples. So when I say I'm allowed to have joy, I'm allowed to feel joy, I want to feel joy, what are the negative feelings coming up? Good. Under the eye, we're tapping on the bottom of the eye socket very gently here. You can use one or more fingers. Good. And you may even be somebody who's numb and can't feel joy, and that makes you feel embarrassed. And so let's name that too. Okay? Anything negative associated with the idea of you feeling joy, we just want to air it out. Okay? Good. Now we'll go under the nose, above the lip. Tapping, breathing. And now you can bring in those negative thoughts like, I don't know how, or I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too stupid, it's too late for me to feel joy, you know, I'm not allowed. Whatever negative thought is like the knee-jerk negative thought or thoughts, I want you to just, again, air them out. I know it's not fun to think about these or say them out loud, but we're clearing them. We're letting them out. Otherwise, they stay stuck inside and unacknowledged. And we want them out. So maybe it's I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, or I haven't done enough to earn joy. Right? Some of us have that. Let's go to the chin point. So it's on the divot in the middle of your chin, under the lip. Good. Keep letting it out. The thoughts, the beliefs. Maybe it's something somebody else has told you, well, you can't have joy until X, Y, Z, right? And that got stuck inside, maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's too hard. I can't do it. I'm a bad person. I don't deserve happiness. I'm stuck. I'm doomed. I'm damaged. Those types of thoughts, we want to let them out. Okay. Good. Let's go to the collarbone point. So find your collarbones and then go about an inch out towards your shoulders. And you can use all the fingers here. Take a deep breath in. And now let's think about what are those other statements, beliefs, thoughts that you've heard from other people, like maybe people in your family, your culture, your religion, your school, you know, your community. What is the common belief about joy? Do you have to earn it? Do you have to always be a good person? Do you have to have never made a mistake? You know, what have you been told? Or what does the people around you say about joy and worthiness of joy? Okay, and we're going to tap all over the upper chest here. There's a lot of good points here. And just speak them out loud. And keep breathing. Good. We're letting it out so it can be healed. It's coming up to be transformed. All right, this is better to let this out than keep it inside. It just festers and feels horrible over time when we keep these ugly thoughts inside. Okay, so we're going to go down to the front of the ribs, tapping very gently. Think about, how old is this for you that you haven't felt worthy of having joy, or you have maybe been numb to joy, haven't been able to access joy? How long have you felt this way? Maybe it's been a couple weeks, a couple years, maybe since you were 5 years old. You know, kind of tune in and just see what your intuition says there. And sometimes, just to throw it out there, you may be experiencing a current version of an old pattern. So it may have started earlier than you think. Good, let's go to the side of the ribs. You can do like this or cross your arms. Here's, I don't know, is this the fun part? It's kind of fun sometimes. Who do you blame? Right? This is the fun part about this, is letting yourself be petty. So to be completely petty, who do you blame for this? Whose fault is it that you can't access joy? Or whose fault is it that you don't feel worthy or allowed to experience joy? And it may be multiple people. You may blame yourself. You may blame a family member, or anybody, living, dead. Just tune in. See who your innermost self is blaming for this. Whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. Good. All right. Now, going to your wrist point, which is the crease here. You can do both at the same time like this. And then check in. Is there anybody in your family of origin, or people you grew up around, who modeled this to you? Like being unworthy of joy, or feeling numb to joy. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. Just check in. Because sometimes we pick up learned behavior. So we learn, oh, mom doesn't access joy, so I shouldn't access joy. I should never be more happy than mom, right? We do this loyalty thing, especially as children. It's like, oh, okay, mom doesn't do that, so I can't do that either because I want to be loyal to mom, right? So see if that applies to you or not. And then we'll go to the finger points. So the first one is the top edge of your thumbnail. You're tapping on the skin, but it's the top side edge of your thumbnail. Hopefully that makes sense. So tapping there. And again, let's tune in and see, where do you feel this in your body, this resistance to joy or this numbness to joy? Where does that live in your body? Good. Good. And it's okay if you don't know, you can simply say out loud, I don't know where this is in my body yet. It's okay to admit when we don't know. Let's go to the index finger, same thing, top side edge of the nail. And see if this issue, this block to joy, if it had a color, what would that be? What would it look like? So you can tune into where it is in your body. See if you can get a visual of the color. Totally fine if you don't. Just adds another layer of grasping what we're working with to have a color. And we'll go to the middle finger, top side edge. You can also see if you can distinguish a texture. So what would it feel like if you touched it inside your body? Would it feel sticky or slimy or metallic or sharp or dirty or, yeah, what's the texture? Maybe furry, pokey. Good. All right. The only finger that's different is the ring finger. So we go to the bottom side edge of the ring finger. And here's another interesting question. What benefit might you be receiving by holding on to this block to joy, or this numbness to joy, or this unworthiness to joy, right? Oh, sometimes we get what's called a secondary benefit. And that can be, maybe it was the example I gave before, being able to show loyalty to mom by keeping yourself from feeling joy because she doesn't feel joy, right? Or maybe it's protection, or sometimes it's punishing ourselves. Sometimes it's teaching somebody else a lesson or proving something to them. Sometimes it's I'm going to hurt myself to make them suffer. It's a logic we sometimes have as humans. It's silly, but we do it. Or it could be anything else. So just notice, am I receiving a secondary benefit by not letting myself have joy? Keep breathing. And we'll go to the top side edge of the pinky finger. Another deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Coming to the karate chop area of your hand. Let's go to the top of the head. Take some big breaths in. And go side of the head, back of the head, all around the head, gently tapping. So we got some really good information. And we've acknowledged, there's some ugly thoughts about myself in there. There's some not fun feelings associated with joy. There's maybe some people I blame or some people I picked up this habit from, right? There's a lot going on in my resistance to joy. And that's okay. We're aware of it now. Okay, so let's go to the eyebrow point. Deep breath in, sigh it out. I understand this so much better now. Side of the eye. I have something to work with now. Under the eye, it's even possible that my awareness can clear some of these blocks to joy, right? Because some of our awareness is like, oh, I decided this thing to not let myself have joy when I was a kid, and well, that was silly. I don't want to keep doing this to myself. So like, let's let that go. So under the nose, let's say it. I am willing to release some, if not all, of these blocks to joy because I see them more clearly now and they're not doing me any good. On the chin. So just like taking out the trash, I'm going to let go of some of these thoughts, some of these beliefs, some of these reasons I've blocked myself from joy. Okay. So let's come to the collarbone and upper chest. Take a big breath in, and you can imagine maybe putting it in a bubble, blowing it away, put it in a box and tossing it down a hill or tossing it into, the ocean. But somehow imagine physically letting go of however many of these blocks that you're willing and able to let go of right now. And see what that feels like. Front of the ribs, I've set myself free from some of these blocks. It can be that easy. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. Right? Side of the ribs, I'm willing to let this be easier than I ever imagined. Because I don't need to hold on to things that hurt me anymore. Right? So let's go to the wrist point. Let's throw some compassion in there as well. Because you may have your inner critic tuning in already, chiming in already, saying, gosh, that was so dumb. Why did I hold on to that for so long? Or, oh, what a stupid thing I decided to do, or blah, 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 right? So let's use the other hand, starting with the thumb point. Even if my inner critic is running their mouth right now, I forgive myself for having these blocks to joy. No matter how silly they were, no matter how much my inner critic may be judging me for having them, I forgive myself. Let's go to the index finger. I didn't know any better. It is what it is. And I can let it go because I don't want to waste my time or energy on it. Not anymore. I have joy to experience. Let's go to the middle finger. So, for whatever reason, I held on to these blocks. I forgive myself and set myself free. Okay. Bottom of the ring finger. I can do this for myself. Top of the pinky finger. I can also release any guilt or shame that may be suddenly showing up from some of the awareness I gathered on my blocks to joy. Totally unnecessary. Karate chop. I don't have the time or energy to waste on guilt and shame. It is what it is. It's the past. I can choose differently moving forward. Okay, let's go to the top of the head. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Good. Take a moment as you're tapping, tune in, see if there's still some blocks to joy. If you still feel numb or unworthy or unallowed, just notice. Maybe check in with that number of resistance from the beginning. Is the number lower now? Okay. So, if you're not at a 0, which is totally fine, but if you're not at a 0, let's tune in and see what remains. Okay, the eyebrow point. What's still there that's like, oh no, I'm not going to be easy to get rid of? Is it a thought, a belief? Side of the eyes, it's something from your inner critic, something you heard from others. Maybe it is a loyalty to somebody else. Let's go under the eyes. And it feels disloyal still to let yourself experience joy. Whatever it is that remains, I want you to witness it with neutrality. Okay, we're not judging it. We're not like, ah, man, why are you still here? You suck, or whatever, right? It's just like, oh, okay, this is still here. Right? Under the nose. There's a part of me that still feels what? That I don't deserve it. That maybe it's been so long I don't know how to access joy. Okay. On the chin, maybe there's a part of you that's like, I can't let go of the guilt and shame. I need to punish myself some more. Whatever it is, just witnessing. Let it come up. To witness it with curiosity. What's still here? Let's go to the collarbone and upper chest. Keep witnessing and breathing. Go ahead. Front of the ribs. I give myself permission to hold on to this resistance for as long as it needs to be there. Could even be the rest of my life. See how that feels to say. Under the side of the ribs. Would you be willing to let that resistance be there as long as it needs to be there? This is a part of yourself. And maybe we can offer some loving kindness to this part as well. Okay? You don't have to like it, but you can offer some loving kindness. Like, okay, you're allowed to be here too. Maybe you have something for me to understand still. That may take a little more time. And I can accept that. Okay, let's go to the wrist point. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Let's go to the thumb point on the first hand. I can accept what's true for me right now, even if I don't like it. We can do that. Index finger. I can accept what's true for me right now, even if I don't like it. Middle finger. I'm willing to do this for myself because there may be something else for me to understand around joy. And I want to know what that is. I'm curious. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the ring finger. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. I'm willing to love and accept myself exactly as I am in this moment. And if you're not there yet, you can say, I'm open to the possibility of someday being able to love and accept myself exactly where I am. We don't have to like it, but we can love ourselves anyways. We can accept, well, this is what's true, so instead of trying to fight against what's true, I'm just going to work with what's true. Because this is what I have to work with. Okay, let's go to the pinky finger. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And karate chop area. Let's test some statements. I'm allowed to feel joy. How does that feel to say? How about, I'm not allowed to feel joy? How does that feel to say? Does one of them still feel more true than the other? I'm just noticing. Let's go to the top of the head. I notice that it feels more true. Which one? That I'm allowed or not allowed to have joy? Just say it out loud. This feels more true right now to me. And I accept that. Good. Eyebrow point. Let's try another statement. I want to feel joy. What does that feel like to say? Good. Side of the eye. I don't want to feel joy. What does that feel like to say? Under the eyes. Right now in this moment, it feels more true that I do or I don't want to feel joy. Okay. Under the nose. Take a deep breath in. Think about something that you know generally brings you joy, or if you really struggle accessing joy, something that you think would bring you joy or should bring you joy. Okay, let's try to bring it up in our mind's eye. Something that sparks joy for you. And repeat after me. Let's go to the chin point. I can feel joy. I can access joy. In this moment, thinking about blank is actually bringing me joy. Now, if it's not, you can say, this is thinking about this thing does not bring me joy. Okay, let's go to the collarbone and upper chest. I cannot access joy right now. Does that feel true or untrue to say? Good, front of the ribs. Whether I can or cannot access joy in this moment, I love and accept myself. And maybe it'll be different later today, tomorrow, and I'm okay with that. Side of the ribs. If you are able to access joy by thinking of something that sparks joy for you, hooray, that is a gift that you can give yourself whenever you're feeling down. Okay? If you're not able to do it yet, love and compassion, love and compassion, love and compassion. Okay? I will love myself whether or not I can access joy, because we deserve our own love and kindness. Okay. Let's go to the wrist point. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release. And for each of the finger points on the second hand, I want you to say an affirmation for yourself about joy. So it can be, I believe in my ability to access joy. You can make up your own, but you can use mine too. Index finger, I am grateful that I can experience joy. Middle finger, I give myself permission to experience joy as much as possible for the rest of my life. Bottom of the ring finger, I accept my relationship to joy, no matter what it is, because I love and care about myself. Pinky finger, I am so worthy of experiencing joy. more than I ever realized or thought possible. Okay. Let's go to the karate chop area. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Great work. I'm so proud of you. Let's tap on the top of the head. You can say any other positive things to yourself right now. You can never say enough positive things to ourselves. Just tapping all around the sides of the head, back of the head. Yes. Big breath in. And so it is. You can bring your hands to your heart. Tune in to that number about resistance to joy. Where's that number now? Is it different? It may be if you were numb, we got some things moving and your number got bigger. If that's the case, do this again so that you can process what you got unfrozen inside. Okay? You can come back to this video as much as you like. You are so worthy of joy, experiencing joy, feeling joy. I'm so grateful to you for joining me today. And this might be a good time to do some journaling, definitely drink some water, maybe spend some time outside in nature, get some hugs or cuddles, people and pets. And until the next time, be kind to yourself.